Let's go to AJ in Texas. All right, AJ, we got you. Hey, how you doing? He says you have says you're a theist. You have evidence for the existence of flying spaghetti monster, and that you have a personal relationship with them. So I'm interested on that.
Yes, sir. So, I don't know how you exactly prove a relationship, right? I can tell you, like, whenever I do something wrong, right, I have this being that, like, he doesn't talk to me like the way you're talking to me, but he talks to me in, like, a different way, right? And he tells me what is moral and what is not moral, right? And also, I can deductively prove that the flying spaghetti monster exists.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So basically the idea is, right, that we live in a complex universe, correct?
I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, right.
I'll grant you that.
So if we live in a complex universe, right, then that means that there has to be a creator because complex things need a creator, correct?
No.
What?
And the creator...
No.
That doesn't logically follow. There's nothing that logically, it doesn't logically follow that something is complex, therefore it's design. In fact, I would say, like, complexity is not a hallmark of design. Simplicity would be, right? If I'm coding something, why would I make my code like way more complex if I can get the exact outcome in a much cleaner way? It seems that simplicity is a hallmark of design from my perspective. But Ben, what are you thinking?
Yeah, no, that's exactly my thought. There is no reason to make the leap from the universe is complex, and anything that's complex has a creator. You have to demonstrate that to us. Why should I believe that premise?
Well, I just kind of assumed that most complex things had a creator. But
so you made an assumption. So you don't actually. So you don't actually know if that's a sound premise, right? So that's already a problem.
Oh, okay. So, well, if you use, like, the argument from ignorance, right? If I can't think of another being or another explanation besides the flying spaghetti monster that created the universe,
why are you using a fallacy as a good argument? Like, you just admitted that's an argument from ignorance.
It's a non sequitur that complexity, therefore God. That's just a non sequitur, right? So we're like piling up fallacies at the moment.
But the argument apparently works for the Christian God, so why doesn't it work for the flying spaghetti monster?
It doesn't work for the Christian God. I mean, did you wake up and eat a bowl of like fallacios this morning? Like, I don't get, like, what is this? I don't understand what's going on right now. Right? We've just explained there's no entailment from complexity to a God. That's a non sequitur. You're gonna have to demonstrate that follows from, right? So in logic, like, you have the antecedent. If X, then Y. The consequence Y. You have to show me why. I don't accept that Y follows from X. Like, right, the same way that if the moon is out, then it's made of cream cheese. Right? I just see the same type of non sequitur that's being used.
Well, how else do you get, like, an objective morality without the flying spaghetti monster?
We never accepted that.
Yeah,
I don't think either one of us accepts objective morality at all. So how about
there are atheists that do? So
yeah.
You're talking to, like, I mean, look, there's something called moral naturalism. I was talking to one of the crew members about this prior. It's a view that atheists take. I think I don't hold to it. It's a better view than everything's rooted in the commands or desires of God, because an evil God can give commands or tell its nature and this is the good. But that's just like who has the bigger stick. It's like not very interesting. That's not an interesting thesis on morality.
So divine command theory with the flying spaghetti monster doesn't work?
Divine command theory is a subjectivist metaethical theory. It's dependent upon an agent, stance dependent. So it's not objective. Like the claim that it would be objective under divine command theory, I just deny. I take that as a purely subjective notion, right? Think about what it reduces to. The desires, intentional states, nature of God. Think about what my subjective morality
the flying spaghetti monster.
It doesn't matter what you're filling in. You're
So-
talking about something that has intentional states that created the universe. Great. All right. That's fine. It's a problem across the board.
So, like, what evidence do you need to prove that the flying spaghetti monster exists? Then,
Novel predictions.
okay, novel predictions.
Yeah.
Like, can you give me some examples?
Yeah.
Novel predictions that you'd expect from the flying spaghetti
Yeah.
monster?
If Big Bang cosmology is true, we would see a 3-to-1 ratio of hydrogen and helium. We would see atomic-like nuclei predicted by the model. We would see the cosmic microwave background radiation. We do see it. Therefore, we have really good evidence that Big Bang cosmology is true. Boom. Done.
So could you use like, you could say that the flying spaghetti monster actually created the universe with the Big Bang, right?
Yeah, you could, but that sounds like a just so story that doesn't have novel predictions. I can just say that there was something that resembled the essence of student Dr. Ben that exists prior to that thing that created it. We can make those moves, but what's the reason that we should posit such an entity? And does it explain the data, or is it just dead weight into our theory? Seems like it's just dead weight.
Here's my problem with your whole argument. It sounds like you're starting with the conclusion and you're just trying to logic your way to making that conclusion able to be proven. That is not the way that we should look at the world. You should be starting with the question and then go where that leads you. You're already starting off with bias of needing to prove that the spaghetti monster is real. So what other things, let's say whatever, the flying spaghetti monster does all these things you say it does, what other things could cause those manifestations to happen in reality?
Wait, what manifestations? You mean like my personal relationship with this flying spaghetti monster?
Yeah, so if you believe you have a relationship with the flying spaghetti monster, is there anything else that could cause you to believe that that was the case? Is there something else that might be having a relationship with you that you don't know? It could be the pixie in your closet might be doing that. It could be you had a hallucination. Like, is there anything else that could be a variable here that you're not considering? I think you're starting with the conclusion and not honestly working through the argument.
Yeah, and
Could
I'm
it be
kind
like
of
the goblin?
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the call because I think AJ is just a troll.
Oh, I absolutely think so too.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to